As soon as it hit, I'm in this bitch.
Yep.
Salutation.
Hello.
This is
Good
everything but
evening.
short and sweet. We have so much to go over.
Oh,
What do you mean?
What do you
What do you mean?
mean?
What do I mean? We have several documents. I would like to go over. I don't know what's on
Oh.
Crim's agenda, but I know some stuff I'd like to go over.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Speak of the devil.
I'm sorry, it was
The
a
devil in chat.
well, my husband watched.
Ah, that's fine.
Dude, I'm gonna keep a counter for every time, like, a half a second goes by of Crim probably, like, crashing or something, and how quickly Ant immediately says, I miss my wife. Dude, I swear it's instant every fucking time. At the at the fucking
It is very quick.
Yeah, man. My husband loves me. I love my husband. Anyways, so let me put up my stuff. Sorry, I'm waiting for this the cutscene to get end so I can pause my game.
Ooh, actually, hang on. R101 Prime 03 Cole. Okay. Sorry. Turns out there's a bunch of skins in game that I've somehow managed to rip, so I'm now going through looking at the coolest ones. Anyway.
Which game?
Let me
No, Titanfall
open
for
up.
the for those R101 or R201 skins.
Oh yeah.
Let me notes. It is the 9th of March. Alrighty, so the big stuff I have on the agenda today. Let's see, where did I put my thing? I got distracted by scroll up. Where the fuck? Okay, so for those of you that have done Black Circle numbers, do you guys have your stuff written out for them?
Which Black Circle numbers? Because mine's dead already, I think.
Well, yeah, for those of you that haven't
Oh.
posted yours yet, do you have them ready? Is anybody in here that actually has one? Crazy has one. I have one. Ben has one. Ender has a few. Did Isaacs? Hey, Jelly is Greg Smith. Do you have stuff for him?
Greg Smith. Me and Friday co-writ him. I think I described about what happens to him. I'm not so sure. Friday, correct me if I'm wrong. I say co-write. I read a basic
Yeah.
synopsis,
Okay,
and Friday was
there is a
like,
downfall. Okay, I see. Yeah, you have it in the thing itself. Okay. Numbers.
It's very quiet.
Chapter. So that goes. Oh, okay. That covers that then. Which is so. I have a few projects for people to work on. So I have let me make this into bullet points so it's easier. So we have one for Unity City. If somebody wants to do a document on that. Leave where was it? I need to double check something. 'Cause I had it down somewhere, but I forgot. Okay. Yes. So, we do also have. So we have Unity City. We have what was it? Einhard. We have New Haven. And then from some locations. I forget. Was Jelly question for you?
Okay.
The for the strike, the port where he ships you. Where was that located at?
That was located on the east side of. Oh, I need to get up the map. Where is it? Where is it?
The east side of where?
Bottom right. There we go. Bottom right thing. Einhard. Yeah, bottom right
Okay.
of Einhard on the coast of that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Do also have a fun thing for us for multiple people to work on. Because I don't think we actually have the galaxy map completed. Don't think we have. Let me look at my ending. Okay. So jelly. Is Jelly still alive?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Okay. Is the Simulacrum 1 complete and ready to go with all of the errors and stuff fixed?
I don't think all the errors are fixed. I maybe no. I think the only error was consciousness. I believe. So it should be fine. To go then, because I think I can't spell consciousness. Smiley face. But that should be ready to go more or less.
What about the ethics of phasing? Is that ready to go?
That should be ready to go as well. Because that's ethics of phasing final. Yes. I think. Yeah. The only
is it both of those, or is it just the last one?
Both. Well, the yeah. So it's both. It's because on Discord I had to post it like twice because of like chat speak and whatnot. Like text chat. So
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
both. Yeah.
Okay. Is Sarge in here?
No.
I think the only things we're waiting on for we are waiting on two things. We just need renders for the stim pistol for that, and then the render for the vault for the medical pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta look at the. I'm not sure. Do we still need stuff for the Goblin and Samson by any chance, or do we just need stuff for that?
Let me look over again. By the way, we could probably delete the Mozambique file because I think we've already got that published.
I'm keeping it there just so I know it's been approved. Because
okay.
yes, because
Alright,
I don't really want to get rid of things.
Let me just give me 2 seconds to read over what I wrote.
And we already kind of had our thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think we've already gone over it many times at this point. I was just going to use those static images instead of a render because it's just
Okay.
bit too much of a pain otherwise. Otherwise, I think they are pretty much done, unless you have something that you desperately want to add to them.
No, I'm gonna trust you on that because I know that's like your fucking hyperfixation shit.
Mhm.
Um, let's see. Yeah, Asher, if you want to work on it, you can. Does anybody else want to work on the Unity City doc?
Can two people work on it aside?
Multiple people can work on it, yes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the easiest way is just to collab on a Google Doc.
I mean,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is, because then you guys can throw ideas back and forth and then settle on what should work. Who wants to work on the Einhard project page? Any takers? No?
The
Okay.
continent. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just for like locations within Einhard, because I don't think that the port where he ships you has an actual name other than the port where he ships you.
Where's the hold on, where's this we have a map, right? What can I see that
Uh,
again?
We had a map.
In-
Where's the
In
pin?
Law Station, if you go to Law, and then if you type in map, it will pop up. Don't use the map in here in Law Team because it's the old version. Kaz made some adjustments to it when posting it, from when I made it. So like name changes and whatnot, so on and so forth.
See.
All right,
Okay,
the
so taking on
the
this
Harmony
Einhard
map and terrain.
project, what all is that exactly? Are we just adding more to it?
Yeah, so we're adding the locations that we've been to. So for example, at the port where he ships you, as a strike location. Which I still love that name. Was there anything else that was on Einhard? Oh, Diamond Coast.
No.
Was Diamond Coast on Einhard?
It was in the islands, Einhard Insulin.
Okay. So we'll have a dock for the Diamond Coast. Was it Diamond Coast Reserve?
Yes, Diamond Coast Reserve.
I'm trying to think on other operations that we've operations and strikes that we've done. That had special maps. The
Hello?
only thing I could think of. Oh, Ben, wonderful. Is the capture / elimination of your Black Circle member completed?
It was until I got a message from Friday, so now I'm rethinking it to try and like redo it. But otherwise, yes, it is.
Okay. So those 4 are ready to push out. Democrats. Observe the galaxy map. Locations. Einhard. Okay. Where was my? So we did have. I'm sure everybody saw if you were here, but the 2 new character documents that we had submitted to us were Meji's and Alphonse's. We did. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this. I'm trying to keep this in my notes. Because Meji's was. But Meji's was originally denied, but changes were made. Approved. And then Alphonse's denied and awaiting changes when he gets around to that. Now that's all the major topics that I had for this. Is there anything? I am now opening the floor. Who would like to add something onto this? I know Statler wanted to talk about stuff.
Hello, yeah. So more or less, talking with Ant and then just some other community members. They've it brought up the feeling of needing or kind of wanting to see some new gadgets and gizmos. So I came up with a few ideas that would be able to suffice them a little bit. One,
Mhm.
us finally finalizing Jelly's weapons. That will just outright give both pilots and riflemen an upgrade to the armory. I was mostly going at this because I want to give the riflemen's a semiotic rifle that isn't just the marksman rifle. Because
Okay.
sadly, being with the marksman being the way the marksman is, it's barely seen in combat. It's in a very rare tool to be able to be used effectively. So
Fair.
allowing them to have a mid to long range weapon that isn't just the marksman, I feel like would be nice. Past that,
Um.
good.
Hold on, sorry. So
Yeah.
my one thing with that is I don't know if Jelly has them completed. Like the
Uh,
actual models for them.
Yeah.
You
Well, as
do?
in like the models of the guns. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As do you mean as in like prefab to fire? No. But
Well, no, I mean like
prefab,
just the models for it, so that people would be able to potentially use.
yes,
They
yeah.
able to Lego these together?
Yes. If you
Okay, then.
yeah. So like in creations you can find the file that has them all. It's
Okay.
pinned. It's available, ready to go. I think the only thing that wasn't done is Golden Leaf lore, but to be fair,
Yeah,
it's Golden Leaf.
that's
It doesn't really
because
need lore.
that's
So
because I didn't bother with that test page because that was like I think the first thing we had done, and nothing came of it.
yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
I will. It'll be a pin for later for that.
Okay.
One thing that I did have brought up to me by a few people was adding the flatline into the weapons for the army that people are available to use.
Yeah, I asked Kaz about some of the weapons that are with the Black Circle and the civilians. He just said he doesn't know what he wants to do with them. So I don't know if we just make the decision ourselves to give these to the people, or do we have to wait for Kaz to give that approval?
Like, I can at least start writing up lore docs for them, regardless, if you really want me to.
Speaking
And
of,
then,
I do know that Nox is working on a separate mercenary avatar. So it's not going to just be Black Circle and IMC. We're going to have another faction available for people to use and play as. So that way we have more variety within the people we're facing.
hello.
Hello, Crazy.
Okay.
But sorry, go ahead,
Yeah,
Doggers.
I was just gonna say another thing to note too, on the topic of like the weapons, with Nox getting more involved with the avatar devs, they do have a different system to use for the animation and triggers. So things like what Statler was talking about, semi-automatics, will actually become viable because you'll actually be able to pull the trigger as fast as you can pull it.
Yeah,
So
as well as Nox having the ability to approve people's custom avatars as well.
yeah,
Yes.
so it should make it not only like, even if we do just have something as simple as a rifle fellow with a G2, like it's all of a sudden going to be something that is actually not only usable but desirable. So
Actually, you know what? Since Nox is working on those Merc avatars, if people want to create a separate mercenary company, feel free to. And then the next meeting we'll take all these submissions, look them over, and then we can do a vote on which one we want it to be as. Or we can just leave it as, hey, these guys are just some random mercs that these guys found around and are using.
I was going to ask with that on the agenda. Do you know if they plan to? Are they branded yet at all?
I have no idea yet. The only thing I've seen from Nox so far was her getting upset that the hat textures were so low res.
Mm.
But I don't think they're branded yet, and I think if they are going to be branded, because I think Nox is asleep, might be asleep right now.
No, Nox is currently in general.
Oh, is
wait.
she?
Yeah, they're awake. They DM'd me earlier.
Oh, so they are. I'll ask them about it later.
Cause this, I brought this up a while back. I think I just talked to Friday about this and not all of Lore Team, because I don't think I was on this back then. With my personal lore of Ace is he actively is working with Blisk to recreate the Apex Predators. So back then I asked, is there any possibility that that would conflict with upcoming lore?
I don't think it would.
Okay.
Because I mean,
Unless
Blisk is off
operations
doing.
has something in their back pocket.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. I don't think we might not do anything with Blisk, but for all we know, in our lore, Blisk could be fucking off gallivanting with fucking rainbows, unicorns, and pixies.
Okay.
We don't know what Blisk is doing.
We're not high profile enough to warrant the attention of the Apex Predators. so-
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I want to know, because I can easily just, scrub it out, but at the same time, I was like, damn.
Mhm.
That may be a scrub out. I did also have a new cert in mind. Given
Mhm.
this is a very hypothetical, because what I would like for it, how I'd like for it to work is reliant on desync, which was the engineer, which would deploy active cover. I planned on having them throw down this either sandbags or some type of deployable cover. I feel like it would be nice and a nice change of gameplay to give the
Mhm.
fellas an option of being able to take more aggressive positions with deployable cover.
Okay. That would probably be more like operations thing to bring up to them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually really like that idea. I think
That's
it's
not a
one of
bad
the
The
idea.
downside
all.
is the only downside is because it's going to be deployable desync.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I've asked all of my guys. I've done a little bit of research. Doesn't even seem like, unless this is a hard udon coded thing where the model actively talks with our world, that desync will inevitably happen.
Yeah. There's
So I'm
only so
kind of
much we
scrapping
could do
that.
with when the
Yeah.
desync. I'll say don't scrap it fully. Who knows? There might be potential stuff we could do in the future for it. So just keep it in your back pocket.
Oh yeah. But
Um,
I did want to ask, with that being put away, is there any other ideas y'all would have? Because I would like to give the fellas a new certification.
a new cert would be nice because I think all we have is the LNG, Corpsman, and Marksman. Marksman's locked behind RC1. I gotta open up my window. It's not
Yeah.
my.
I do feel like we need something more to spice up. Sorry.
I mean, there is a separate thing in the works that I'm not gonna get into because it's.
No, never mind.
I mean,
Is
actually,
there-
most people know about it anyway because they've seen the avatars for it. There is the soft stuff that Ant's working on. I'm not sure how it's going with the development for it. That would be an Ender and Friday question. Well, an Ender and Friday question to ask.
Believe from what I asked, or last I spoke with Ant about it, was this might be something locked behind in a higher rank, which was something I recommended. Simply because with that with that certification and with that type of weaponry, me personally, I don't want this to be a low rank cert. I prefer this
No,
to be
I
something
believe
as
I
well.
believe Ant's thing for it was I think it's further up past into Superfella and NCO
Yeah.
levels.
Yeah, that's mostly what we talked about. I didn't know if you changed it around or not.
Oh.
But
Bye.
goodbye, whoever that was.
Those I don't know.
Friday,
Oh, maybe lost internet.
maybe.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I mean, if it's past NCO level for this new, like,
It'll be around NCO level. It wouldn't be past NCO. I think it's like a thing of being between Superfella and NCO.
I mean, it wouldn't really be
Yeah.
fair on people if it was past NCO.
It'd be,
Oh,
I think it's
okay,
more
wait.
like warrant officer
they
type
don't know
stuff.
they don't know what we're talking about. This is a commando. This commando will be having a compact rifle that shoots subsonic bullets and is suppressed at 30 meters. The reason why I say this is to be locked behind a behind a certain level is because with it massively changing gameplay behind the bullets not passing through 30 meters of range, that can very easily be abused.
Yeah.
I don't know completely what Ant is going for with it. I haven't talked to him in a while, but when
I think
me and
I
Kaz
think he
spoke
might
about this,
he might be doing it as a an invite only type thing, similar to how Pilot Corps and the Officer Corps is, but I'm unsure. I'd have to ask him about it.
okay. Because when me and Kaz, before I knew Ant was making this, when me and Kaz had this idea, we made the bullets have no tracers, and their sound be heavily dampened, which is why I am very heavy on where and who should get this.
Yeah.
Simply because this is a heavily leaned towards stealth and CQB.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that no tracers can very much be abused.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Especially if the sound effects don't sync and everything, it's literally an invisible gun.
Yeah, it's an invisible gun. Which I need to talk with Ant again about getting the range of it lowered. Or mostly talk with Nox about it. Because last I saw of it, it shot at standard range with its drop off of the sound.
Is there anything else that people want to talk about or bring up?
The Galaxy map. The one we have is based on what Wasp has done. I don't know if I've posted the up-to-date version of it, but he's still working on it. Oh, I can't spell fucking Galaxy. Bear with me. Never mind. It's not here. Wait, huh? Are we actually? I'm dumb. I don't think we've ever posted about it.
Yeah, we had a galaxy map.
Somewhere. I think, yeah, because I remember talking about it.
Yeah.
But more or less, so Wasp, the person who's making the Bible of Titanfall, more or less his map is very accurate and is within the Titanfall, I would say, narrative we want. Thus, I think it's best if we do use his map. Just the only thing we would need to do is find out what systems IMC and Militia what ones
Actually,
are
I
neutral.
believe Astra actually has a thing that she's done for that for her character creation seminar as well.
Oh, awesome! Right, that's the step closer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here, I'm
That-
gonna drop it in lore team chat.
Yeah.
Thank you. That does remind me. Me and Jelly were talking about this a few days ago. Jelly brought up some custom planets. I don't know if you want to go any deeper on that, Jelly, but that is something that you brought up.
So I think custom planet wise is because everyone always, I say everyone, if people want to come from a planet they've made, I would say the frontier is supposed to just kind of be hesitant with them. Say stuff will change because it's lore team and everything does. Just you have to remember that the frontier is supposed to be habitable planets, and if they go like, oh, everything you have to wear gas masks and everything on this planet, then it's a moon. But I would say also don't make the planets simpler, as in it's just all desert or it's all snow. Have a mixture of different biomes.
It's not
mean,
Star
how many-
Wars. You don't have single biome planets.
Yeah, that's like that's what I mean. Like Gridiron wasn't just all desert. I would say the Salt Lakes, there was actual water on the planet on the other areas that would make oases and so on and so forth. And then Harmony is a good example. We've been to Mount Taurus, greenery, desert, rocky area, beaches. So it's if you're thinking of a planet idea, make sure to include different types of terrain, just to have that idea of stuff. Also, if you really want to like nerd out, think of like the sun rotation, the how many moons it has, so on and so forth. I would say
Mhm.
stick away from planets that have been named. So an example is like what's a good one? Like that Angel City, I guess, Angelica. I would say stay away from that one for now, because we don't want to make something now and we regret it later. And plus, yeah, more or less, right? So stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yes, that's my nerd out done.
Yeah, because I told Crazy about this last night, and he went, "Oh, well, little do you know, I have a whole solar system, man."
Yes, crazy. Your solar system has 2 suns, if I'm correct, or was it a red sun? I can't remember. With blue sand. There is on the map. Tap to the map. There is a solar system with 2 suns, so it is possible. Hold on, we'll see what. Red star, blue sand, red planet, red plants. Yeah, I would say that's possible as long as you could like breathe. Right, it's a habitable planet. They have to be kind of similar to each other because we don't really Earth-like, but Mars, yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I'd say that's fine-ish. As long as it's not just all blue sand and red plants. I mean, because again, sometimes it's good to generally either look at photos people have posted on Earth and realize how many different like everything is on our planet alone. So kind of simplifying one planet to certain things is not good. But yeah, just think expanse is all I've got to say, right? Don't go, I'm running with this idea and only that idea. You don't have to develop the whole planet now. You can develop it like later and so on and so forth. But just remember there's a bigger world out there, and stuff. Sorry, I've ranted again. Go. Whoever's next. Also, just before we move on, here's the updated version of the map, by the way. Was sent me a new one with even more stuff, even more moons, because that man is marking moons, by the way. Just so that's how committal that man is, by the way. He's putting moons on this map. Also, I was correct with Harmony having 4 moons. I'm so happy that I'm just God of Timefall. That's what it is. But yes. So yeah, this man has gone through
Nerd.
and done a lot of stuff. Nerd. So I don't think this is the end of it, but this was like a very up to date version. I think closer we get to release, I'll ask him again because he is also eager to watch us have a map as well. We will use, so on and so forth. But yes, yeah, that's what it is at the moment. To enjoy that map. Isn't that
Looks
someone
pretty
else take the
baller.
slash? I know, right? It's great. I love it so much. Compared to,
I
like,
mean,
the
I wrote up
Yeah.
everything I wanted to bring up. Is there anything we're missing for the guns, Shelly?
Not really. Because I've written the fucking umbrella that owns them all, and then everyone else has done their own thing on everything. Not really. Just it's more or less ready, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just whenever Krim wants to say yes with them, because I know Kitbash guns or so on and so forth is a bit wonky. Because I can understand trying to keep Timefall and Timefall. I know some of my guns are a bit weird. I mean, if you want, Krim, you can always go step by step through my guns if you wish to, if folks want to. But I know Crazy has gone through some of my guns, i.e. the Cobalt and so on and so forth. And I know some people
Mhm.
like some of my guns already, i.e. the Steel. God
I would
damn,
love
everyone
to
wants the
take a look
Steel.
at them,
Yes, yeah. Yeah, no
especially
worries.
if I can help deliver a little lore on them. So
Yes. Happy to. Yeah, it's there to have a look through, which each gun. Yeah, go for it. I smile.
all right, where'd you put that again? Just so I know.
In creations, it's pinned.
Creations pinned. All right, thank you.
It's
I'll
pinned. No
go ahead
worries.
and dig through those when I get a minute.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I can't remember who pinned them, but thank you for whoever pinned them.
Da, da, da. Right. I'll have to check that out later. Currently beating my head against the wall trying to move a piece on Blender as it is.
Mood.
All I want to do is make my long wingman. Why is this hard?
Right. Anything else that people would like to bring up or thoughts on? Oh, ethics of enhancements and with Crazy's add-on. Have we posted that yet? That's another thing.
I have not posted that yet.
No worries. That would be interesting to post, as that would give a good idea on how things work, I would say. Just as a reminder to myself. Wrong area. Where? Yeah. Simulacron, I would say, is done. And
Oh, something kind of came up with last night. Might help with some of the people trying to make characters. I don't know if we do, but do we have an example sheet?
I think
No.
Star had something posted or was working on one. Is that right, Esha?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Could
could have
be
sworn I
others.
remember he had like a default, like wait to see if they respond.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, like
Technically,
I
I
said,
have a live example. Yeah.
I swear I remember her posting something like that. I just cannot for the life of me remember when and
Okay.
where.
Only reason I
'Cause that was
bring it
right
up
around the
'cause it
same time
might
she
be-
hosted her seminar. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. It might be a little bit easier if we in the example sheet kind of just say some parts where it may or may not be best to try and start a character from using Lazaron's doc. Very keen on being in the same time frame as the ADV falling and the ODV uprising.
Yeah, that was
It might be a little bit easier on people's mind if we go ahead and just kind of give them a starting point to like a starting time frame of where they should start.
Yes, because you don't want people to be too young, right?
Lazaron, did you see his document, Jelly?
I have not, but I've seen people discuss it, and I saw that he was 15 or something, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, technically speaking, his character is 19, and that would have
Yes.
made him 15 at the real fall of the Advocate.
Yes.
So
Which is,
I feel like it might be best if maybe we just do a hard cutoff at a certain timeline.
yes, I would say so. I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, fuck it. If you weren't there, you don't get that gridiron law.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah,
He's trying to get the
it is.
accolades of being on Gridiron, dude. That's stolen
Yeah.
valor.
Your Honor,
Yeah,
you
no,
wasn't
You
even
weren't-
there.
You weren't fucking there.
It's kind of like an asshole thing to do, but I kind of feel like some people
Excuse me.
really want to they want their characters to be at the start of the group, which is understandable.
Start-
I mean, they want their
Yes.
character to be at the start of the uprising, but at the same time they want to be at the fall of the Advocate without knowing what the fall was like.
yeah. I'd say if they want to be in any way, shape, or form tied to Gridiron, they need to at the very least, like you said, be a minimum 18 whenever the fall of Gridiron occurred, or
Yeah,
they need
no.
to, or they need to just like not be involved with the fall. It's like I know.
Well, I mean, look at it this way, right? Like,
What?
it's just if you're gonna write a character that's from Gridiron, that's fine. Just don't make them be. Don't write it into your character's lore that they were a part of the Advocate if you physically weren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That
Uh,
I like. I don't
that
want to
doesn't
just
make
outright
sense.
say that because it sounds like a dickish move, but at the same time, we have to
It
turn
makes
away
total
so
sense.
many. It
No.
does, but at the same time, it takes away from their creativity.
But at the
Oh.
same
It's kind of
time,
that back and forth.
like
It's also
it-
just a
it
limit
leaves-
because otherwise you just have
Yeah.
people inserting themselves where they had no business being.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that so the biggest thing, right, is that everything that happened within the Advocate is already pre-established now. That
Yeah.
is all said and done. If
Yeah.
somebody writes it into the character, oh well, I was there and they just joined it yesterday. That doesn't make sense, and it leaves a door open for them to potentially write in stuff
Stuff
that
didn't
like
happen.
stuff that didn't happen or completely overrules like what did happen.
Oh, I see. He's already changed some stuff about it. So now his character's 23.
Okay, so he would have been
Doesn't that
19.
make him? Yeah, it makes him 19 now. At the fall of the Advocate, still Gridiron.
Yes.
He
Yes.
removed the disregardment when it comes to officers. He still has the high pain threshold and the Guardian complex. Still has all of his character's feats.
Where can I read
Um,
this?
I can share my screen if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. We have a gander. Oh, this is. I mean, it's formulated nice.
At least.
Whoa, come on, guys. Look. I'm not here to, let's see. Mm, They were part of the GDU.
Yeah, which was originally they had named the GDF.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I don't
DDU is a
know.
very
Yeah.
Did Sarge give like an opinion on that?
I feel like that would have been kind of a kill on sight for any former advocate members, though.
Yeah, no.
Wait, hold on, wait.
That's-
What's happening? Let me. Hold on, wait. Let me. What? Sorry, I was working on.
And the thing that I personally, I didn't say too much. I just gave Krim my opinion on it overall decline. But my personal gripe about it was he did treason. In my eyes, the IMC would just shoot you on sight and make you an example.
Yeah, he said he did
If you
4
are a
months in
team
prison. It's
lead-
like, yeah, that's
Well, what does this guy even know about the GDU?
I don't think they know anything.
So
That's the
how
thing. I
can
don't think they know anything about the GDU.
there's not even a doc out for their history
Yeah.
yet. Like that like we're still
It's only
waiting
people from the Advocate that knows.
we're still waiting on Sarge to get his document approved.
Mhm,
Well,
which
I
I'm
mean,
going to be doing relatively soon.
yeah, and that's fine, but like I'm just making the point that like it's not publicly available at the moment. So, how can you write your character to be pre-established in something like that if you don't know what happened?
Yeah.
Cuz I don't
I'll
know.
go down to the next page.
This is just all my say, so like if everyone else feels a different way, it don't matter. Like
You have a
I
valid
just
point.
I'm just saying the GDU is kind of like that was something that was coined by me, Sarge, and a few others, and I mean as of right now it's kind of like Sarge's baby, so
Yeah.
treading on some hallowed ground there. But we can put that to aside. What else sticks out? What do
Originally he removed it now, but he originally had something in his psychological profile was I mean it doesn't matter because he removed it now.
Yeah, you mentioned
But yeah, originally he
had a problem with authority.
He had a with authority of higher people of a higher authority. He had distaste and disrespect for,
that doesn't scream main
which
character
doesn't.
issues at all.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, here's the
I-
thing too, like so I also want to
Hmm.
iterate too, like for future reference that there can be a difference, right? Like if you want to write that your character has a disdain for like higher authority, that's okay.
Yeah, that's not inherently a
But
bad thing, but
but you guys are saying he wrote that like he actively is disrespectful
He would
towards them.
actively like if he, from what he said,
It was if anybody
said-
pulled rank, he would not
Yeah, if
respond well to it.
if you went if like scenario he came up to me, asked why am I telling him to do something, and I would go because I am your team lead or because I am a tech sergeant, then they would have a problem. One of the keywords I read was if they have unlogical reasons, then they would begin to have distaste and kind of non-following behaviors.
Yeah, and like in many other cases, you can maybe get away with that, but this is a PMC.
Yeah, no.
Like in a PMC actively contracts people because you are in some way, shape, or form a valuable asset. This isn't like a traditional organization where like we're looking for volunteers. No, you're giving us like you have to sell yourself to us, essentially. Like, why the hell should we pay you to be here?
Exactly. That's what I
It-
said in team chat. I
it's
was
a-
like, why would we even choose him?
yeah, like we're a PMC. If from the get go you gave me this as like a resume, I'd be like, fuck, nah, man.
Why am I supposed to hire you now?
That sounds like a
I
yeah.
I have a
totally
problem with
sound like a
people
dickhead
pulling
saying.
rank. It's like, well, drill sergeant's gonna fucking love that.
I
Someone
sound
gets
like a
sued.
dickhead saying it, but at the same time, there has to be some cohesion between your character sheet and what is established with the overall umbrella that is the
Happening.
ODV.
Yeah. Something else I said was his method of getting to Harmony. It's a 1 in 1 million chance for this carrier ship to be going to Harmony, being it is a militia territory zone.
Hmm.
I
Now,
oh wait, I
see,
see he changed it.
here's the thing
Being
too,
free.
is that him and Meiji were apparently
Where?
working together to kind of like coordinate on that. So they both just decided that, hey, we're gonna skip off a gridiron and then grab civilian transit from a different planet towards Harmony.
Okay,
Or
wait.
what
So
Meiji, because I also pointed out it's because Meiji was originally just gonna take a freaking like passenger courier ship or whatever from Gridiron to Harmony. It's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
okay. So he now threw this in reverse. Why is there a malicious ship on Gridiron?
I know not.
Let me actually unmute for
He-
this. To be fair, around the time of the fall of the Advocate, there was an active and fairly sizable militia presence on Gridiron. And when the IMC came in to like attack and remove both the Advocate and militia, the militia evacuated en masse to their capital ships and jumped out.
How long was that time
So
frame?
I would say that time frame was probably maybe a week or two.
Because he's
If
with
we're
what
even
he
giving it
said,
that.
he has. It took him a week to get out of his cell to then get onto this vessel. If we want to be
Honestly,
graceful, we can say he found the last carrier ship.
I would
But
be
with
willing
how
to say
we were
that
run out,
about one stroke of luck.
yeah, that's why I said one in 1 million chance.
What is the?
But with how I'm kind of looking at it is with how how we wrote the Advocate was being run out, that was a heavy presence in that location.
It wasn't exactly a picnic getting out of there, and like
Yeah.
everyone's even
Wait,
there
so
for the
he was-
Advocate thing. But
So was he imprisoned by the GDU?
I believe so.
Okay, so why
During GGU
Why-
operation against a fortified rebel bunker, G's platoon was pinned down. Multiple LMG NAS command orders were direct assault, assessing the technical impossibility. Reed refused to order it in advance, forcing his platoon to hold cover until a airstrike neutralized the target an hour later. Despite saving his men and achieving the objective, Reed was arrested for treason by arriving reinforcements under Sergeant Ryland. Reed was imprisoned for 6 months, subjugated to
Actually, hold
daily
on.
corporate punishment.
So
so wait, he's
this-
writing himself as a prior team lead too.
Well,
So I personally have a problem with his feats. This is something I can't really get behind is young people having these incredible feats as being so young. Like
They need
I
to
said
learn.
when I first looked at this, Ace
if he was
didn't
if he was
have half of
33,
this.
sure.
Yeah, like if he had another
Especially
10
as a
years on
teenager.
him. Yeah, but he's a freshly turned. He's still in his early 20s. Like he must have. The only way I could see this is his background was he was a literal war child, coming in and out of war throughout his entire childhood. That's the only way I'd be able to like give these to him would be like he grew up with the experience. He grew up with like that type of quote unquote training per se. But having no other background other than he joined at 19 and served for this many years. He was a part
I don't know
of
about
the
that one, Chief.
GDU. He was a part of the GDU. He specialized in sustained fire and area denial. Proficient with Spitfire, LMG, massive shotgun platforms, and okay. Squad leadership, heavy ordnance and suppression, and CQB. At the age of 19.
No.
What's a red flag to me is
No, he at the age of
How-
23.
is how he got like out of how he
Gridiron?
got out of his cell, because like so he's referring to it as the gridiron collapse, when really what was happening is it was the collapse of the Advocate.
Yeah.
Because the GDU received heavy reinforcements that basically gave them a big push to like basically annihilate
Push us out.
Yeah, so you still would have been locked up. I don't think that prison would have gone under, because they have more than enough to.
If anything, they'd have more people there. If he's being court-martialed by GDU soldiers and GDU get more foot soldiers, they would simply just have more people there.
And
With what he said was...
Yeah, and this is more of my 2 cents, because given like some of the conversations I've had way in the past about like who the GDU are as people, I don't even think they would take someone like that as a prisoner. They would probably just straight up execute them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I feel like that
Like
would
they're-
just be execution.
Like the GDU are known for being basically warmongers.
Yeah.
Like they're not, like they, like the way, like I still remember to this day, like the way it was described to me is that the very leader, Regan, like treated things very similar to, well, first of all, the name Regan was a play on the dude Negan from The Walking Dead. So that's to give you an
Taff your
idea.
shit.
Yeah, so like if that's to give you any idea
Yeah.
of how shit was ran, like I'm sure you can imagine like how things would play out.
So he changed his cell bit. During the chaos of Gridiron collapse, he was abandoned in his cell for 7 days. The only food and water was the little the guards left him. When one of his soldiers under his command the day of the court-martial, who was reassigned to guard duty, found him. Grateful for not blindly throwing away his life, that day returned the favor by opening the cell and providing medical attention to his best abilities, giving him some food and water. Then, after a brief goodbye, the soldier walked away. After being freed, he made his way to a nearby landing pad where a militia-certified ship, Dune Roamer, was docked for refueling. He beat one of the militia shots. That's not, dude.
I have a question.
I boarded the ship and killed everyone and took it for myself and flew away.
So have any of us asked him? Because there's obviously a lot of glaring issues with this document, and it's practically breathing main character energy / antagonist.
Yeah.
So have we actually messaged him and be like, hey, I don't want to be rude, but you gotta start over. If you need help, let us know what you want your backstory to be, and we can help you. Because we can't have this.
I was just about to say, Krim, I don't think the small fixes is gonna fix this.
Yeah,
he
no.
obviously wants a certain agenda met.
Yeah, I am very much. I was gonna wait till he gave me the next iteration and see how it went from there, and then
Next
probably.
iteration.
I feel
Yeah,
like
man.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I understand the next iteration thing, because Meiji's first thing also had her like again, and her Meiji, Elfons, and who's that third person all joined at basically at the same time. They even called Hedge,
Yeah.
and they even called themselves like Cerberus group or whatever. It's like Cerberus Squad or something, because they imagine themselves as a trio. Meiji also had the issue of kind of a main character syndrome, but they revised it and brought it into something very
Those made
realistic,
sense.
very tolerable, and fit into our existing lore. I think this could, if he just drops the "I was in charge" thing and just be like, "Yeah, I was a soldier," and then
Honestly, just
like
drop the GDU affiliation and
Yeah, no,
that fixes a lot for me.
just be
Yeah.
a soldier, because like Goonie's saying, the GDU aspect and then the refusing orders, I immediately went, he'd be dead. He would not
Yeah,
survive.
probably.
He would have been shot on sight, if not beheaded in front of the rest of his men for disinsubordination. Like, that is genuinely how the GDU rolls, and the fact that he doesn't know that, we can't hold it too much against him, but at the same time, we can't let him do this.
Yeah, can't let him get away with just running with it.
Obviously,
say-
if somebody wants to reach out to him and do that, feel free.
I'd be more than happy to.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
no.
I mean, I'll take
just
the blame for it.
draw. I
Oh.
would just drop the GDU affiliation. Maybe like rewrite it to be more of like a independent mercenary. I think that'd be a lot more palatable to what he wants for his character.
Yeah. Something I see that could also work is, instead of him actively refusing or being the one that told his men to not go in, if he was a foot soldier that refused to fully go forward, knowing information, and kind of survive the bombing, I could see that a little differently playing out. He was given medical attention. He knew no longer wanted to work with the GDU, and that's how he left. He pretty much just abandoned them. That could work. Instead of breaking out prison, knocking out a militia soldier while being wounded, and then stashed away.
This guy might be Jack Cooper.
Like,
He might be
related?
who?
Okay, talk yourself.
I never heard of that guy.
So, yeah, no, I'd say he needs to either reiterate what he was in the GDU or completely drop the GDU. I'll explain why those two things as well, because it is only fair that we explain to him what we already have as the GDU, but we don't have it publicly known yet.
Mhm.
I would say with this now being a thing, I'd say let's two-step it on getting that document out, so we don't have further affiliations with that. And if needed, I can also write something for the Apex Predators, because I know I'm not the only person that has a liking for them.
Yeah.
Mostly given, if anyone knows anything about the Apex Predators, they only work with pilots. They don't have foot soldiers underneath the Apex Predators. God,
I'm reading Sarge's
On the
document right now.
mm,
Deserters and traitors are made into examples along with captured enemies.
thank you.
Oof. Woof. Ooh.
As
Yeah,
I
that
said when I first read this, he would have been killed. Would have been made an example on the spot. There would not be any capturing. Again, like I said, we can't hold him too high to this because we have an idea for the GDU already, and it's not released.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's also something salvageable. It's like, again, if he just drops the team lead thing and just says like he was, thrown in prison for insubordination rather than treason. It's like, okay, salvageable.
Treason is just death. That's just
Yeah.
death.
Treason's got one punishment.
Yeah, and that's, you're going to be made and turned into example, either be heading, hanging, or a gunshot if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Like, from even though, I was on like the very front of the GDU starting to exist, I already know what the GDU was. Not friendly people. But if anyone else wants to bring up some topics on this that can be kind of, I do think we should probably passively write up some documents on some of the inner organizations, simply so we don't have to keep doing this type of process of, well, we already know what we want this organization to be, but we haven't wrote the document, so we have to tell you that this is wrong, type of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, getting out ahead of that seems like a
this
good idea.
this seems like something we need to do now. Like I said, I'll bring this up to him, Krim.
Okay.
I'll take this off your workload. I'll also start making a document about the apex predators. I'll probably talk with you about it, Krim, being that where it is in our timeline and my timeline kind of is two things. So I don't know how you want to perceive it for the ODV compared to my timeline. Because how I've written my lore is they're all dead. Ace was kind of the right-hand man of Kane, and after everything went down, he went back, got Kane's helmet, spoke with Blisk, and now he's working with him to remake the organization to what it once was.
Okay.
That's kind
I
of
am-
summarized for what I have in my headcanon.
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody else wants to add? Because I would like to go back to my husband.
One last thing. Orbit came to me about making a character document, and they wanted to have their planet of origin be Typhon. Is that allowed?
Yes.
Hyphen wasn't
Technically,
really
yeah.
a settled planet, though.
They weren't. So what
Has-
they
it
wanted
has
to
researchers,
do
though.
was they wanted to be so nothing's fleshed out yet. This was like maybe 7 hours ago. But basically their idea was a defected researcher slash engineer slash whatever the fuck. And they defected whenever the IMC lost the fold weapon, because like they want to be on like the winning side, not like the right or the wrong side. They want to be on the winning side. And they kind of like, in their own words, cat distribution systemed their way to Osiris. Is that allowed?
I would
mean-
love to see what they come up with for a doc on that.
Yeah.
I
I don't
that
see
could work.
anything screaming red flags, apparently. I mean, they have a luckily, they have a system that they already have in mind about
Yep.
how having to go about this.
Yeah,
I
having
would
having
say
an
we're
actual
gonna have to keep
idea
a close eye on what they say about the fold weapon.
So, what I will say, so fold weapon, yeah, we have to keep a close eye because I want
Very
to keep.
close.
So I want to keep that area of like, the ancient ruins from Swampland to Lagoon and what the fold weapon is and the mysterious thing. I want to keep that kind of a mystery. I don't want to fucking answer it because
Yeah.
Yeah.
come on now, we're not fucking
Yeah, no, that's
Halo.
that's a
There's
big
also-
can of worms that should remain
Yeah.
closed.
Yes.
Also,
but
just given the scale of the operation on Typhon, it's like they had to have had like
Oh, yeah.
tens of thousands of people working there. So
Yeah,
it's not
so-
impossible to say that at least there's a couple of defectors. So
So
Yeah.
how I see, so infect and cause, right? You're in that small part where the
Right.
fucking shit was, but when you look out above the water and the like, before shit goes wild, you can actually see more structures and buildings. Thus, how I see it is researchers and scientists have families, so there's probably family quarters or stuff like that around the place, right? So it's kind of like a micro city of just nerds all trying to figure out the fold weapon is the best way of putting it, or using the fold weapon's energy to do further stuff, so on and so forth. In my mind, the fold weapon was probably a push forward for A phase tech, I would not be surprised because it folds time and space, so it kind of makes sense.
Tracks in my head.
Tracks in my head. There was also another 30, either 28 or 38 facilities similar to the one on Typhon, but Typhon was different because it had the fold weapon. So thus, there has been more similar things like this. So I wouldn't be
Okay.
surprised if it's I'm going to call it science colony, I guess is the best way of putting it. Like, it doesn't have to be mining resources or stuff like that. It is just a bunch of nerds trying to figure out stuff. Again, if you're wondering how they built all of it, slaves. That's a thing.
Yeah,
You can see
that's the thing.
it's slave camps.
Wait a
That-
Something I'm wondering, being that they
Hmm.
defected from IMC, because they're originally a researcher and engineer that worked for the IMC on the fold weapon.
Yep.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to retcon a lot of shit they would have seen, depending on where they place themselves.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think that
especially-
they're gonna place themselves as like a. I wish I had researcher on the. On
Yeah,
the
so
Yeah,
long
they-
so long as
Or
they're not
even
pulling
if they-
that nonsense,
yeah,
it
if-
should be
even
fine.
if
It should
they're-
just be as simple as hand wave away. It's like, yeah, I was
Mhm.
researching a plant that grew here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
But,
even
like-
but I feel like even if they, my biggest thing is if they were on the team that was helping with the fold weapon or researching the fold weapon, that means they were in close proximity, and that means they actively saw Jack Cooper, because there was a lot of scientists in the area when that entire
Yes.
thing went down.
good point. Good point.
So we're gonna
Well-
have to heavily monitor where
I
they
can-
were located at during that entire thing.
Yeah, I can try
Fair
and
enough.
guide them.
Again, bigger
through it.
facility, right?
Well-
Across the lake, across the water, there's like that whole other facility. So they
Well,
can
also keep in
literally-
mind that the location that the arc was in and affecting cause is literally hundreds of kilometers away from where it was installed as per the actual fold weapon. So
Yeah.
they could have been hundreds of kilometers away from like the main research compound.
Yes,
Mm.
exactly.
So that,
Yeah.
that seems like it'd be fairly easy to get them away from it if it seems like it might be an issue.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I just wanted to bring that up because
No, that's a good point to bring
autistically
up.
wrote my own character into off-screen stuff that happened in Titanfall.
No, that
So
was a good point to bring up. But
Yeah.
I think this is something we can easily get ahead of. So
It's a really bad photo, but that is a bit of the skybox from across the water. Those like disc things and so on and so forth. So again, big complex,
Mhm.
tens of thousands of people probably there at that fold weapon or other facilities on Typhon. Again, I
Yeah.
think
Geez,
Typhon
Billy,
was
could you have
mainly
picked a smaller PNG?
Yeah, my bad. I think Typhon was a colony of scientists, a science
Yeah.
colony, more than anything.
Like
Um,
this is definitely something that they've had set up for like decades at this point. Just like
Oh, yeah,
parked with
definitely.
tons of people. It's probably it would not be a stretch to say that there was probably a six-figure number of IMC on this planet at one point or another,
Yes.
at least collectively.
Ben, so
Yo.
a few things I would say, if you plan on mostly helping them out with it, where they're at, the time that they're at, and what they hear. Something else that happened during the fight, there was active retreats, there was active communication going over a loudspeaker. So I don't know if they're that autistic. I am though. There was active communications over loudspeakers about militia presence, retreats, abandonment,
yes.
stuff like that. I'd have to go back, but I faintly remember burn it all.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes,
Something like that.
stuff like
right?
that.
So data scrubbers.
I could replay it
Yeah.
by like autistically listening for all that, but if I had to hazard a guess, I'd say it's like malicious here. It's like burn the papers.
Yeah, stuff like that. So just keep a very close eye on most of their stuff when it comes to the fold weapon location and then what they saw.
Okay.
I'd say, what type of leeway do we want to give for Jack Cooper? Depending
They
on
never
where
saw
they're
them.
at.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
Jack
like-
Cooper-
Never
They
happened.
they heard reports of a militia
I mean-
pilot attacking a base. That was the extent of
Okay.
it.
I would say the extent of it was like would probably be like maybe not going so far as to say that there's a pilot attacking the base, but just like the militia is pushing forward. You know, the
Yeah,
militia
there's a
is
raid.
like I don't remember the mission, but like whenever the Malta first takes off, like that would probably
Yeah.
be like
Yes. So
so like them seeing the militia ships jumping down, I think that would be like the hard cutoff for how much knowledge they have. But
Well,
I don't
they
know.
definitely would have seen the militia ships falling out of orbit, I feel.
Well,
Very
yeah.
much
I
so.
mean, like on that specific mission, you know, maybe like over the horizon on like a mountain because you know the militia is like spearheading this one place.
Yeah, you're
That
right. I should have
has-
just like
yeah.
generalizations.
Yeah,
I would say
would
just
ask
tell
the same.
them don't get too specific. That's probably just
Yeah.
the best call. Is like don't get too specific.
Yeah, no,
Everything else we
no,
can
like,
hand wave.
no names
no,
other
yeah.
than like maybe their best friend that blew up. I don't know. Their best friend that explodes up.
Yeah, dude. Actually,
And
their
my
best
favorite
friend
guard was
the
on duty,
ship
John
where-
IMC.
Yeah,
Viper took him out,
I
dude.
walked to the ODV covered in blood because I watched my friend explode from a fucking who fucking knows what a tone shot.
Yeah.
I watched the
Something
militia
like that.
pilot
Okay.
phase inside of my friend.
I am going to hop out.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think pretty much
Okay.
now we're done. You are free, Krim. You can get back to your
Yep.
husband.
I will
I
see
know
you
I'm gonna hang out with
later.
you, breaking over some other topics.
Alright. I think I am about yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. I will go ahead and when I get a spare minute, I'll go ahead and triple check the last details on the Goblin and Samson ones, and I'll push them out. And then I still am just waiting on Kaz to get me those renders for the stim pistol and the Volt.
I
Okay.
wonder how much it would cost
Uh,
to commission an artist to make an internal diagram of a goblin.
A lot.
Probably
Yeah.
quite
That's
a
a
bit.
lot of parts.
That said, if you find those people that make like the schematics of like the Star Wars ships, like the people who do like the autistic diagrams of how those work, maybe
Maybe.
seems like the right kind of tism for
Goonie.
that.
Yeah.
If I could ask of you to push Sarge, or you and Sarge work on finishing the GDU doc.
It is finished. He's awaiting approval.
Oh, it is finished.
from
It's
Sam.
just waiting for approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it posted?
Yes. If you go in the lore team chat, he's got a link for it. If you scroll up a little bit, it's posted at 7:45.
Scrolling,
Nope.
scrolling. There it is. Okay. Okay. When I talk with Laz, I'll probably use this as a reference. And I'll just tell him that this isn't actively out simply because we just haven't fully gone over it yet. But I know most of this will probably just go ahead and be waived on.
Mhm.
Is there any other type of organizations we should do? Have we done one? Have we personally done one for the militia?
Who were
No.
the faction that we worked with on that was that lived on Gridiron?
Oh, like the resistance.
The Lima Freedom Fighters?
Yeah.
The Lima Freedom Fighters. I don't think we ever written anything for them, did we?
Probably not. I'd say the best thing is whatever units or organizations that we can remember, throw them into team chat. And then whoever wants to, they can be like, I'll do this, or someone can do all of them, or they can be divvied up between a bunch of people. Doesn't really matter how it's done. I just really want to get this out of the way so we no longer have things like this where people don't understand some of the organizations.
Yes.
Makes sense.
To be fair, if you
That's-
don't understand, whatever.
Sorry,
dude.
go. Yeah, it's fine. Go, Greedy.
No, no,
Um,
no. I'm not mad at you. I just like,
Yeah, but-
like if there's no information on the organization, like, and it's pertinent to the community's lore. Just gonna leave it at that. All right. We can move on.
Well, you know some people don't think like that. So yeah, just we'll have to take this all with a grain of salt for now. I would say it'd probably be best if we get these 2 steps done, because these are some general knowledge things. So I feel like these should have honestly been done a while ago. But things like this have never actually happened for us to actually look at it like this.
That reminds me, we should probably have an actual thing dedicated to the Frontier Militia while we're at it.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was about to go back to. I feel like we should probably write one for our militia as well. So if anyone comes from the militia and they want to give it a little more detail, they know where to go. Also feel like it might be good if we make this another chat other than just lore.
Are you suggesting another channel?
I am suggesting another
Another
lore
It will not
station
happen.
channel.
It will.
I
will
no.
not
I just
happen.
may be suggesting another lore channel
Dude,
because
don't tell
My
Friday,
God.
man.
Friday's right here, man.
Dude.
Hey, Friday.
let me just save you the heartbreak right now and tell you that answer is gonna be no.
I mean, I think I have a valid reason for it.
Okay, but
Being
let's-
that this will
Like as a collective, all of operations hates adding new channels. It is a
yeah.
absolute
Okay,
burden
but
on
like,
this
you gotta think
server.
about it from like an operations perspective. Like, they have to probably scroll their scroll wheel like 3 times to get to anywhere.
Oh my god.
To add that extra map dev channel, we had to sacrifice 2 for it.
It's not
So-
it's
What?
not it's not it's not
No
even
way.
that. It's just
God, it's so hard for me to scroll on my scroll wheel.
By the way,
Ugh.
speaking of which, hey Jelly, that media
Hi.
channel never got nuked. It's still there.
Is it still there? Okay,
Yes.
Junior, you pull the trigger, kill it.
I
Kill
will
it.
pull the
Media-
trigger on it. I will pull
Wait,
the trigger
hold
on
on.
it.
Hold on. Don't pull the trigger yet. You've gotta take a fucking picture. You gotta take a picture of the
media
memorialize it.
brainstorming, where it has been talked in for a year.
Dude, what's the last sent picture? And then post it in the normal media and be like, this is what happens to media channels.
But the last conversation that happened in this channel was group sending death threats.
What?
It's real.
Excuse me?
I will not elaborate. I
Real.
will not elaborate. It's getting nuked.
What do you mean groups?
But me personally, I feel like I have a valid reason. So it's not just in the color of lore, it's organizations that have their own lore, so people aren't.
What is? Let me ask you.
Searching.
What is
Oh,
the
like
purpose?
Vincent
What is the
Dynamics.
purpose of this channel?
So the purpose of this channel is for where we will put our custom lore on organizations and other units for the community. So this is where we will be posting the Apex Predators, the militia, the GDU, and if we choose to change lore on, I'm just going to pull one because Jelly just said it, Vincent's Dynamics, or add on to it. If it is a
So
part
just-
of the lore where we have to add, if it is a unit that we either create lore for, so it is in our timeline, or just put it out there to the community in our own words, I feel like that is a valid reason to have its own channel for those types of subjects.
So just a lore
sounds like
channel
lore
for
station.
factions specifically.
We could just have a tag for
Lore
factions in the
events.
lore chat in the lore
Is
channel.
that how that works? I've been looking at it
We
and
could
I
just
see
have
these
tags.
Okay.
Either that
We can
or-
add
tags.
tags.
Yeah, let's.
Well,
We can add them.
We can probably just start with adding a tag, and then we'll just add a tag
Okay.
for in lore for factions. That'll be the easiest
Okay.
thing to do for now.
Okay. I didn't know we can add tags.
Yeah, no, you
Because
can.
we don't
We can add
because we
custom
haven't been
tags.
using them.
Do we have to sacrifice another 2 tags to get a new tag?
No, we can have as many tags as you want. We can have a tag for IMC, Ares Division, Vincent Dynamics if you so want. If you're gonna
Oh,
cry about it.
Also, I
That
want.
probably wouldn't be bad.
Speaking of, should I add the Goblin and Samson to the Armory
Oh.
channel?
What were you saying, Jelly?
IFF, so colors.
Hmm.
More or less, if someone's a specific color, that's what they are. I have made something, and then when I pointed at and laughed because of my dyslexia, but quite literally, man, I stopped that whole conversation in that chat when I was like, yeah, I made this a while ago, and everyone's like, this fucking guy. Anyway, this is it. Of an idea of what we can do or can't do, because how I see militia in concept art and whatnot, they're always yellow, and I like to incorporate that for the sheer reason, it sticks to what is the IMC. I think the neutral part's going a little bit over into the blue. My bad, but how I see it is main militia, like higher ups or main core militia people, are probably yellow, where outskirts of like who are hired by either mercenary groups. So like what in Apex, not Apex, sorry, pardon. In Titanfall 2, how the Apex Predators have militia with them to do stuff. They're red because their IFF is set to it. However, if they were mainly with the IMC, they would be yellow. And obviously orange being GDU and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So neutral green, because we're green, we have to kind of make it neutral. So any other faction that is green, I say neutral, it's us. I guess main character energy is just green. I would say it's us. Then anything in the blue spectrum is just militia. Maybe lighter the color, the more militia they are, like the IMC, I guess. Purple.
Wait, what is this for?
Colors of
just
organizations.
Organizations and factions within Titanfall.
Oh, ooh, okay.
So what
I
colors
see.
they are. So when you see Jackson, he's always yellow because he was pre-IMC, and I like yellow. And I feel like that kind of just, it makes core IMC look better, I would say. I don't know what purple would be, because purple is, or like that color spectrum is very interesting. I always thought pirates, something like that, or like mercs who will just kill anyone and everyone, kind of makes sense, I guess, with blue and red. But white I always see as civilian, but that's awkward for us because pilots are white.
Something I kind of wanted to see if it would be possible for us to kind of reteach would be, instead of color association, it would be badge association, simply because it allows for us to not have to color code our factions. With us expanding our lore, we're only going to be able to do so many colors, and if we want them to have their own type of like insignia and stuff, instead of like having them as just, other than it just always being, oh, red is bad, we can have them as like,
well, yeah, so
something else.
Well, no, that's what I mean. So we'll still have the insignias, just this is the core IFF colors of each faction. So if we do team up with IMC, they will be red or yellow. Like that's the thing, and then we have to shoot the other color. I don't want it to be like, everyone is here is blue because we're the good guys.
The sake of gameplay of like.
Yeah, for like identifying like who is what faction, like actual like IFF type shit. I feel like it would.
Oh yeah, no, Oh yeah, no. I'm not dissing that. I'm mostly saying, like, I feel like coordinating color
Astra
shrinks down the I feel like color coordinating friend from foe crutches down on a lot of stuff with, like, I mean, I feel like if, let's say for instance, if we were ever to get in a fight with Vincent's Dynamics, I personally feel like they would run green colors.
Dude, yes, because
being that their main insignia is green.
That'd be so fire.
Yes, To be fair, I agree with that. So I feel like maybe
I
green
feel like
is more.
we
Well-
might. Well, I feel like on top of colors being something to keep in mind, I feel like it might be also beneficial if we maybe, now this would be an operation and rifleman thing, but having them instead of look for colors but insignias and something I love to preach, silhouette.
Yes.
You know your standard rifleman silhouette, you know your LMG silhouette, you know the pilot silhouettes.
I will counter
They
that
have a distinct
only on
taste.
one part in that the IMC basic grunt has the exact same silhouette as the rifleman's. So being able to
Oh.
judge based on just
the
silhouettes,
The difference between that is that they're bright fucking white.
yeah, but in the dark you're not going to notice as much. It's kind of hard to see sometimes.
Given, in my opinion, for your counter to my counter to yours,
Don't even start.
they
with
have
the
a much
counter
larger
nonsense.
head. In my opinion, when I see the IMC grunt, they have a much larger head than our riflemen do.
Yeah, but you can also see a
Their
pixel from
helmet-
400 meters. Okay, don't even use start
Well,
with this nonsense.
I'm sorry, but
Nah,
given
Not all have 8K
up
vision
close-
here, Taylor.
up close silhouettes, or not even up close, mid-range silhouettes still do apply simply because, given, I haven't placed them side by side, but to my memory, the IMC distinctively have a much larger head than our grunts would, simply because all they have up there is their nods. The most you would see from a back angle would be a small little box, if that. With the IMC grunt, you would see more of a hill on top of their head, where that big ass, whatever the fuck it is at. Not to mention, our shoulder pads have edges to them, which also show off differently in shadow and light environments. And then pouches. It's smaller details for me. It's those, and I probably need to write a document if I even want to yap about this, but I feel like when we tell them to look for insignias and silhouettes and basic, they mostly crutch on staying in their groups. Me personally, I haven't seen a time where NVGs are down and riflemen are heavily splitted where they don't actively stay in contact, or if they are actually split up to a point where they could quickly peek a corner and shoot each other. So, what is happening in lore chat?
No. You say that, but you know that thing you wanted me to work on that I messaged you like a week ago about?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
I know. I need to get some of those. I need to get some documents ready to drop with that. Yeah, no. I feel like maybe a document teaching far range target identification or in-depth target identification would be good. I'll probably work on that a little more, simply because I'm the one preaching this shit.
Red as he's the only one who can see
Friday.
it.
I feel Friday's eyes looking at me for some reason.
You've
there's-
got
there's
my eyes
anything-
looking at you as well, Statler.
Well,
What did I say? Why do you care, crazy?
So, what I'm going to say is that I completely agree with you on every point you have made, except for the simple fact that it won't work outside of CQB.
Yeah, it will.
No, it
Long
won't.
distance
Statler,
target
you gotta acknowledge that
identification?
half the people here have like 1K resolution because their PCs can't handle anything higher. They
Quite
can't
literally.
see anything besides
Given
color.
I
on
have
10
I
meters.
I have not upgraded my PC from anything out of 2019. I know
Sailor, once again, most of us don't have 8K vision naturally. My guy, I'm struggling to see stuff across the room outside of VR. You cannot-
nanobots.
if I had nano
Well, if
machines,
you give everyone in the ODV nano machines to make their vision better, I will allow this.
I don't know. I still feel like at least at mid range.
I will also say, it's a good thing to teach. But I still also think that in terms of gameplay, we should have the color of IFF be the primary way of identification.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea
that's-
to use like
I
to
think that's
be
a
able to
g-
tell people apart by silhouette.
I
Sorry, I
think
was
I think that's
answering.
a
Sorry.
yeah, I think that's a pretty solid point just because like I feel like as we expand, like some systems should just remain simple.
Yeah.
As simple as, red bad, white good, whatever.
Green good.
Yeah.
I don't know, just with like the thought of us having the off chance of fighting Vincent Dynamics and their IFF being not green. Personally, I was like, it doesn't really make sense that they wouldn't share the same IFS as their insignia badge.
What you've also got to acknowledge is that Vincent Dynamics is a very close company to the IMC, and they would likely be affiliated with the IMC, and therefore they would use the same IFF.
Mm.
I mean, truth be told, honestly, there's really nothing stopping from this group of IMC run blue, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing, there's as of right now, there's no rule instated in this community saying that OPT4, has to be red. That's just something that we just do because it's what we've always done.
Mm.
So, I think I don't know. I think it's there. It calls into question about possibly reframing the optics of the core concept of it is like everyone knows that the IMC predominantly runs with white colored gear.
Yeah.
It's pristine looking. It's clean. It's not rugged like, say the militia. But at the same time, this is, something that I've never really thought of, so I don't have much skin in this conversation.
Hmm.
But it just kind of like reminded me of not the same thing, but like almost similar to why we don't really have a hand signals certification or training. Because like the realization that I had with that back in the advocate is that what we were effectively doing is turning a simple concept into something complex that would ultimately like slow down a lot of processes.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a way to make it just that's just the way it sounds like to me, so I'm always open to being convinced differently.
I don't know. I think a lot of times we have an idea that sounds good in our heads and everything, but it's one of those. It really does run into the issue of keep it simple, stupid. It's like
Yeah.
if we keep adding layers of complexity, eventually it's going to be too much for most people to keep up with. And much as we don't always want to admit it, we really do have to appeal to the lowest common denominator when it comes to some of our fellows, just because they're joining us to be casual. It's like we're not a hardcore milsim thing. Like
Yeah.
the more we add that hardcore thing, the more we kind of drive off the casual people who are just like,
Can
I
I
just
get
want to
a-
play Titanfall.
Could I get a activity sheet for what you did today?
But yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Real quick though, because I'm not sure how much longer I'll stick around, but this is more just kind of spitballing here. But in the past, and I'll just drop these in the lore team chat. But these are some of the patch designs that I have worked on in the past. Kind of want to get back into doing this. I've some of these are groups that never really came to light, and then others, of course, are actively in use. And so I'm gonna try and work on some more designs again, because I like creating new like groups and whatnot. Like as of right now, I have a few drafts in mind of something that I'm gonna put together. But on top of that, there was another thing I was gonna do, which was kind of create like I don't know how to explain it. Like so you know how in the Titanfall art book, like you'll be flipping through the pages and then you get to like the pilot page and it's got like the pilot itself in full view and then it's got a description off to the side, like this is
Yes.
this type of pilot. So something along those lines, but it's for a character. Because like I've already had it in my mind of like a few, like take for example Commander Regan. So I would, draw out this character in full view, and then off to the side there'd be like a description, and then the idea would be like someone can go to this page and they would see like these are key players of the frontier. Like here's like some of the head honchos and that fall under the IMC or Black Circle, and
I kind of like that idea.
it's just like another way of just fleshing out like our lore and kind of breathing more life into it. And obviously the patches are another way of doing that.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah. I like that idea. Hell, I'd like to have some of those kind of ideas for like our actual regulars around here. It's like be able to make their own little custom slide things. Be neat.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to do one for a while now, but just I haven't drawn in a while, so I need to get back into it.
Understandable. By the way, while I have some people in here, who can I bribe to help me come up with a piece of artwork for my personal logo?
Hopefully, someone who can draw
Bribe
answers.
Astra. Oh, yeah, like they're already raising their hand.
Hi. Astra, what's your going rate? What can I deliver
10
you as a bribe?
million.
I can do a little blender work for you. I'm already torturing Ben right now as I actively make my rifle even shorter.
I'm actually going to
By
kill
the
you.
way, unironically, I love the black finish on it. That's fucking sleek.
I do too. It looks amazing. The only thing
Yes.
is, I looked at the texture file, and the texture file for this, hang on, R201. Here we go. This is the texture file. So when I go in here, I open up the color. This is what the color looks like. But here's the thing: if I go across a couple times, you'll see in the illuminate and
We
specular.
can't see that screen for some reason.
And I just realized that. Give me a second. Let me actually share the screen.
It's okay,
Change
it's okay.
screen.
Foldable stock. Is that what I'm
Da, da,
seeing
da.
right now?
It does have a foldable stock.
That's fucking sick.
However, I don't think I'm gonna stick with that. All right, so you see how like it's got these like detailings and all that. I don't know how that's gonna show up because if it shows up really egregiously, I might decide to change the
Yes.
skin to something else because the whole thing about it being black is I want it to blend in. Like my whole character is super dark. Like I'm trying to make my character not stick out at all.
If that's the specular, it will show up a bit, more or less.
It might be like a dark gray though,
Illumination.
right?
Yeah,
Because
it would
it's also
be-
there on the gloss and the normal.
Yeah.
So
it would be engraved. It would shine a bit, and it would also show up a little bit more.
Dude,
In
best case
my-
scenario, it might look like an embossed design.
To be
That's
fair,
like-
yeah, it might make it look
That
good.
that would
Well-
yeah, that would actually look really cool if like you can manage to keep it like
I mean,
as,
you
like,
can
a
see
dark
it, like,
gray or
it-
like a off black.
It already looks really good. Which, by the way, pro tip that I discovered: if you're in Blender and you're trying to look at stuff and just get a rough estimate of what things look like after you put them together in Unity, what it should look like, when you pop it in, how it looks all glossy, you got to take
Yeah.
the IOR setting and just set it to 0.
Yes.
It ain't
See, I
perfect,
told
but it
you-
does change everything.
Told you folding the stock would look good. You need to put something at the end of the stock. Just
Yeah,
to stop
yeah, I know.
looking in, but that's a simple. To be fair,
I-
you could just take that tail.
You know what's
end and put
I'm
you know
probably
what's
just gonna
something
grab
I've
that
always
and
wanted
mirror
to like add to like my own that I think would be a solid idea. It would be like, so as you know, with like the weapon system, the way your non-dominant hand holds on to like the underbarrel, it almost holds at an angle. So like I always figured it'd be neat to just put like an angled grip.
Hmm.
Ooh. Like, it could work. Honestly, I thought about making this even shorter and just taking the this like front C grip or whatever, shoving it back here to where it's like in front of the magazine well, and then just making the barrel even shorter. So I can keep torturing Ben.
Dude, honestly, if you make it even shorter, it'll basically be a vector.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
Like,
at
it
a certain
has
point, it
body.
stops being a rifle. It starts being an SMG. And it's like I might as well just start with a car at that point. Hang on, let me grab all this.
Alright, I will be bouncing.
All right.
No worries.
Uni,
It's
I want to
okay.
ask you something, but I had to go piss real bad. Would you be willing to make custom patches?
As of right now, no, but possibly in the later.
Okay.
All right. Yep. I was gonna ask the same thing, but
We'll see you guys later.
all right.
Catch
Take
me
care.
out, Uni. Much love.
There, Uni.
So is it a
Yes.
yes or no for the IFF thing I suggested?
I like it. It
Oh, yeah.
helps generalize a lot of the factions.
Mm. Yes.
That's an easy fix. Let's just.
What were you about to say before I interrupted?
If y'all want, I can just throw a Google Doc with a bunch of or with some of the factions we listed off, and have it so all y'all have access to it, and we can jot down the factions and then who's doing it beside it.
Yeah, I can do. I like the sound of that. Be good.
Let me name doc.
What are you connected to?
I wonder if Friday's here, man. Friday, are you here?
He's always here in spirit.
I think
As a
that's
yes.
that is
As
a
a
yes.
yes.
Thank you, Friday.
Friday, are you munching right now?
I think he just got done eating.
Probably.
Yes. That makes sense. Yes.
I want to ask him yes or no questions, but I don't know I don't know how to determine what he's doing right now with yes or no questions besides just like going down a list.
Okay,
gonna have to
Friday,
find
press
out.
the Friday, press the yes button.
I think he might be in like a game or something right now, or like
Maybe.
in. Is he in VR? Hold on, let me go
He's
stalk him real
licking his
quick.
fingers right now. That's what he's doing.
Hold on, I'm stalking Friday.
But there is
Friday is not on VR.
There's a document if everyone wants to throw in what they want to work on, and then we can also just. Why is it being starboarded?
Please do
Don't
not
starboard.
starboard things that are in lore.
Anyone who has this link can edit the document. Do not starboard this.
Okay, just for that,
I think
everybody
that-
starboard it.
I think that if you starboard it yourself, Dino won't ever add it to starboard.
Weird.
No, if up to 5 people, including yourself, do it, so 6, it will starboard it. Yeah, fireworks.
Gaps. Whoops.
All right. And also, I just looked over. You know what? I have a design. Like, in my head, I know what the design should be. I just do not have the artistic ability to actually produce it.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. It's literally just a magnet with a bullet.
Let me open the sign file
It's like, what do you think? A 308 or a 556? I have told you
What is
before.
this fucking monstrosity, bro?
Look,
Oh,
I'm not the one who
no.
wanted it folded, okay? I just wanted a regular short
no.
rifle because I want something compact. I want something sleek and svelte. It's like, why? We're doing a lot of CQB. I don't want a whole ass rifle and everything. It's like there's a reason they call the M16, the original M16, the freaking musket, man. It's a meter long. You don't want to carry a meter long
that's
gun
not what I
into a
meant to do.
CQB fight.
You know,
Fix
that's
all that.
a class
The-
of.
Honestly, though, I'm actually less proud of like making it short or even doing like the folding nonsense, which I actually don't care about. I'm not going to keep the folding thing. But the thing that I am proud about, tell you what, I will say a separate version if it makes you happy. But the thing I'm actually
Yeah.
proud about is this. You didn't even notice that, did you?
What the reticle? Yeah, no, I saw it, and I was like, it looks different, but I can't put my finger on it. Not
I
realizing
added
it's
a
like
top.
guard. Yeah.
It's now a tube. Finally, tube. I will be happy now.
Finally, we can resort to.
I genuinely do like. I do have a couple other things I want to do, but this, like, I don't actually care about it being, put together. Also, I don't know how to set up the ammo counter thing, but whatever. I think it's funny it being this short and everything, but like I said, it's not what I would actually want to use. That said, I'll save it
God.
as
This whole thing coming out black now.
R201K _custom _ folding.
What did I do?
I think it's the highlight. Wait, what the fuck?
There shouldn't be any highlight.
There you go. There, just for you, Ben, I saved the extra short version. It now will live forever in infamy.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Swag. Something. Don't care though. Fix it. Do we want to do... So, what groups do we want to look over and alter to our own lore? And what groups do we want to just keep as is and just have a document about?
Too far. I feel like even though they're the
Because there's a lot of factions.
Yeah, I would say even though we had there are the main ones like the militia and like the IMC, we should probably write about them still.
Yeah.
Because again, if people are coming off the train of Titanfall 2, haven't touched 1, don't know much on 1, they're just gonna go good guys and bad guys. And to be quite frank, I don't want that.
Yeah,
I
we
want
did
people
talk about how we did want to add a little like moral grayness to it. So
Yes, yeah.
Just a
Ares
little,
division is a good note of that.
Ares, yes, exactly. So
Specifically
we
for the
should-
reason that it is an offshoot of the main IMC, and the IMC is a mega corporation of multiple different corporations, so they all operate differently. Therefore, some of them are actually really, really good moral-wise. Some of them are really, really bad moral-wise.
Yep. Like
yes, yeah.
again, there would literally be factions of the IMC. The other factions of the IMC would work with the militia to take down. Like that's how fractured it can be.
Mm.
So
waiting for another.
Just like how the militia probably has times that they have to go over factions of the militia because they're like, hey, these were mercs that we hired, and it turns out that
Yeah,
they're now
mercs
resorting
and
to piracy.
yeah, well, so it's literally pirates, terrorists, and like prisoners is what militia people were in Titanfall 1 heavily, and implied. So when you do employ people like that, I want to put you in the presence of like how if you were an IMC citizen just chilling at this location, either it be like a mining town, research town, or whatnot, who fucking knows? And the militia come along going, we're going to free it. We're going to send this band of militiamen to, go free those people down there. And then it being like a bunch of pirates, you're fucked. You're like generally fucked.
Mhm.
So on and so forth. Your swag,
'Cause
gone.
something else I want to bring up is with like the in-game factions. So Last Resort, the 6-4, Marvin, Ace, Marauder Corps, stuff like that. Do we want to interject with stuff like that? Those small, what it seems to be smaller factions.
I would say the 6-4 is big enough to be mentioned, but things like
Yeah.
Marvin's Finest Hour, Last Resort, things like that, I don't think that we should mention those.
Okay.
I don't think that they're like, I don't think they're big enough to be mentioned.
Yeah, I feel like some of them, especially because like the Marvin thing is so small of a thing, like it does not make
And
sense
it's
to actually.
scary. We almost know nothing about it.
Yeah, it would probably be one of those things that's more like urban legend than anything else.
Yeah. I'm just covering all of our stuff
Yeah,
because I don't want to ever see someone ever again go, I created treachery with the GDU and got put in prison. And we all know that GDU would make you an example.
Yes.
Also, an additional note: things like the Last Resort would probably be just mentioned in the 6-4 document
Yeah.
or the 6-4 section, whatever.
The Angel City Elites. What about them? Because that's a larger task force within, I believe, the 6-4.
No, that one's also,
That-
I'm pretty sure, fairly obscure.
Okay.
They're Barker, so Barker being the ace pilot from Titanfall 1. I think it's just kind of like he wanted to get. So Barker's whole thing in Titanfall 1 is like he was making money on moonshine and so on and so forth. So I think he was able to get enough money to start being able to contract people to actually make merc contracts. So I think it's just Barker making more money is how I see it.
Okay.
I would say it can be a gang. You don't have to include Barker, I would say. It can just
Yeah.
be another merc group out there that I would
yeah, I think Star's
say.
got it about right. It's just like they exist, but we wouldn't really know about a lot of them.
Yes, yeah. Like, I would say probably. I don't know who they would probably be aligned to. Probably the militia, due to Barker actually liking
I
the
would say
militia.
the militia.
Yeah.
I would imagine they probably have a bias for the militia, but I imagine the Angel City Elites are probably not directly affiliated with them, and it's just Barker. And like you said, the Angel City Elites are kind of just another way of him making money.
Yes, yeah.
Because kind of what I want to do is with the main factions, like you said, Crazy. They have a bunch of sub factions beneath them. So I want to make sure those all get put into the right place. So when if someone says, like for instance, Ace started with as an Angel City grunt, worked his way up to the Angel City Elites, which is where he gets his name Ace. So then people know kind of where their main allegiance falls under, per se.
Mm.
Like if you work for fucking Vincent's Dynamics, you're IMC.
Yes.
Stuff like
Again, not necessarily directly IMC, because Ash is also sort of like a main proprietor of it, kind of again, kind of vaguely known, but Vincent
Yeah,
is
but
not
Havoc also
part of
Merc,
the
so-
IMC mega corporation, but it works very closely with them a lot of the time.
They heavily have ties, so in this scenario, I'd say the safest bet would probably be to just put them there. Again,
And
that's
I would
why I
say
made this
considering
whole
that their
doc.
entire go on.
And the reason why I made this whole doc is so we can kind of do this stuff, and the rice is fighting. Hold on. Ooh, sorry. The rice tried to kill me.
Dinner's fighting back.
Yeah.
As a proper dinner should.
I didn't cook it long enough. But so throughout the Google Doc, we'll go over like how I kind of have this idea is like, so I have myself in the doc, Apex Predators dash Statler. I'll work on that. GDU, that'd be dash Sarge, so on and so forth. And then for some of the other ones, it will just be put as dash complete or dash unchanged. And then once we get everything in order and everything made out in their own documents, then we can start putting these into the lore station, and then we can also add in the other places. Or I was kind of thinking with the tags, IMC, neutral, militia, and then we can give them their proper tags.
Yeah. I like this plan.
Okay, that was way easier than last time. Damn. I knew what the hell I was doing.
I like that. Giving different stuff.
How long is this law meeting?
Oh, it's over.
Oh, the
We're
Lauren
just
meeting's
yapping.
over. At this point, this is Yap Sesh.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We might also
welcome to
consider
Osiris
adding
Division.
I don't know if we have to go this far with it, but maybe like some sort of tag where it's just bias. So like you add the tag IMC and then just bias with it. So it's like they aren't directly under them, but they like go
I'd
to
say
them
neutral
over
would
everything
be
else.
best. So, for say, the Apex Predators, for instance, they would be a neutral mercenary group. Whoever pays them the most, they'll work for.